In this video, we'll be reviewing what's possibly the most popular hair product in India, the UrbanGabru Zero to Infinity Clay Hair Wax. I'll be giving my perspective on this product as a guy with shorter and slightly thinner hair, whilst my friend Matt from TDM Style will be reviewing this product from the perspective of a guy with longer and thicker hair, so that you, the viewer, can get a real sense as to whether this product might work for you. Hopefully you like this format, let me know in the comment section below. Either way, let's talk about this product. This tub cost me about £7 UK, but it normally retails for about £11 UK on most websites. That being said, it is available significantly cheaper on Amazon India. It's just over 300 rupees, which works out at about £3.50. So if you live in India, this is going to be a bit cheaper. Before we talk about the performance of the product, there's one thing that I have to mention, and that is the packaging, because to be straight with you, I think this is the worst packaging on any hair product that I've ever seen. The labels on this look like they've been designed by a child in Microsoft Paint, unfortunately. And whilst to a lot of people the packaging doesn't matter so much, it certainly doesn't give a very good first impression. There's stuff on here in English that doesn't make grammatical sense. Either way, I guess on the plus side, at least the packaging is big and you do get loads of product. On the packaging, this product does also claim to have a strong hold, but it doesn't mention anything about the finish, so I took a look online, and they do also claim that this provides a matte finish. The product texture itself reminds me of a cheap generic wax. When you rub it between your fingers, this is exactly like the stuff that you can pick up for about 20 pence from Superdrug in the UK. And I also noticed that it's really greasy. I'll talk about my experiences with using this product first, and then Matt, who's got the thicker hair, will talk about it afterwards. I just prepared my hair with a sea salt spray and then a hairdryer, and then I apply the product onto dry hair. For me, I found the application of this product to be really easy. This was aided by the fact that the product is very greasy, and as a result, it kind of slimed its way into my hair with no problems. Overall, in my hair, the product felt quite light, and as a result, a good amount of volume was retained from the pre-styling stage. My hair didn't really collapse under the weight of the product, which is good, but that's where things kind of start to go bad for me. The hold of this product in my hair, at least, definitely wasn't a strong hold. I'd say for me this was a middle of the road medium hold. I've tried dozens of products that provide a more structured hold than this, and that will normally last me a lot longer during the day. After a few hours with this stuff in my hair is pretty flat, and it hasn't been that resistant to movement either. The finish too definitely hasn't been matte finish in my hair. I found this one quite a greasy product, especially immediately after application. That being said, after about 20 minutes or so, it does dry up slightly. However, because it's got that stereotypical wax-like properties about it, I find that my hair sometimes clumps together a bit, and you can often see straight down to the scalp. It's just one of the disadvantages with having thinner hair, and I find that matte finish products normally don't have this issue. Overall, I'm left with a hairstyle that looks okay. The product itself, it smells nice and it smells okay in the hair, but overall, in shorter and thinner hair, I don't think this product is actually that good. At least here in Europe, there are loads of way better products than this. If you want a product that's actually got a high hold and a real matte finish, then using something like the Wax Zero, which I believe is available in India as well as the rest of the world, this stuff gives me much better results in my hair type. You'll find a link to that one in the description. It is more expensive, but it is a lot better. Anyway, Matt, how did you get on with this stuff?
Thanks, Ben, and hello everybody. I'm Matt from TDM Style, and we're here today to talk about this UrbanGabru Zero to Infinity Clay Hair Wax. Now, before we get into the actual performance of this and how it worked in my hair type, let's talk just briefly about some of the more aesthetic stuff. So for the packaging, this comes in this 100-gram plastic tub with these stick-on labels on it, and woof. Honestly, I mean, the packaging is a train wreck. There's like the label, it has like 6 or 7 different fonts on it for some reason. Wow. The plastic just feels really cheap, and actually the underside of mine, just like Ben's, arrived with a piece broken out of it. And at first I was like, oh, is that just kind of a weird design of the packaging? But it was rattling around in there, and eventually the broken off piece did fall out. Now, this is a super popular product in India, and as far as the price on this, it seems that if you're in India, you can get it for just over 300 rupees, which converts to like just under $5 US. But if you're in the US like me, the only place that I found to buy this was Amazon, and it cost me about $25. And I get that probably a lot of that is to do with, you know, shipping costs and import taxes or whatever, but like 5 times the price? Come on, son. Now, as far as the scent on this one, I mean, it's okay. It's a cologne type scent. It's what I would call kind of like your basic bitch cologne type hair product scent. It's not bad, but it's also not good. All right, so aesthetic stuff aside, let's actually crack into the jar and see how it worked in my hair. So starting with the scoop and the breakdown, I think these are two of the things that the product does have going for it. It scoops out very easily. It's just a very kind of soft, lightweight feeling, waxy type product, and it breaks down very slick and easy in the hands. There's like no grip or stickiness or anything. And for me, that does translate into a very slick application into the hair, which, you know, so I'm a person with a drier, coarser, wavy hair type, so I do always appreciate products that apply nice and smoothly without any tug or pull or anything. Now, they are saying this is a stronghold product and that it should have a matte finish. Now, for me, I noticed at first application, it does have a bit of a shine going in, but after about 15 to 30 minutes of settling into my hair, it did become a matte finish product. However, for me, it's one of those products that it's like too matte, and it ended up being quite dry in the hair, and as you can see here with this close-up, it really did nothing to control my flyaways. I mean, they're like everywhere. And as part of that kind of dryness that it settled into as a person with coarser hair, for me, that means that restyling is a bit uncomfortable. It ends up just making my hair feel kind of tangly, and especially like at the ends, like if you run your fingers or a comb through it, it'll get stuck in there, kind of like a knotty feeling. So that wasn't great. Now, as far as the hold, you can see here, this is about 4 hours later, and so you can see there is definitely some deflation in the volume. For me, it's weird because the product starts out feeling pretty lightweight, but after it settled into the hair, it just like all the volume just went and it just became heavier somehow. And, you know, as far as the hold is concerned with that, would I call it a strong hold for me? No. Maybe more like a medium. I mean, it stayed in place fairly well, although it did have a tough time keeping this sort of back cowlicky section of my hair that likes to pop out in the opposite direction of where I'm trying to comb it. It had a bit of a tough time controlling that area. And, you know, as I mentioned, just with the flyaways and the restyling being so just poor, frankly, you know, I had to try to restyle it a lot throughout the day, and I feel like that actually just kind of made it worse because then the hold and the volume that it had at the beginning just kept diminishing over time. Now, as far as the washout, this does say it's water soluble, and it says in the instructions here, easily washable with normal water, and I would agree with that. It did seem to just basically just come right out with a water rinse, so that was a nice feature. So, my overall thoughts on the UrbanGabru Zero to Infinity. I don't know. For me, it's just kind of janky. I mean, you know, as I mentioned, the packaging is really terrible, to be honest. It looks cheap, and it looks just ugly. Like, I wouldn't want this sitting out on my shelf. And if I was walking around in a store and I saw this sitting next to, you know, something with a cleaner looking packaging, I would probably pick the cleaner looking packaging one over this. Now, I think the pros that this product has going for it are the easy scoop, the slick breakdown, smooth application into the hair for me, and the easy washout. But the cons are definitely, like, it was not a strong hold for me. You know, didn't control my flyaways, so it was just too dry of a finish, made my hair feel just tangly. It was heavy, so it didn't really keep the volume in. And the price difference, honestly, I mean, if I'm gonna spend $25, the product's gotta be better than this. But, you know, to me, this is like more of like a drugstore type of product. So if you're in an area where you can actually get this for its typical, like, you know, closer to $5 US price, then, you know, it wouldn't be quite so bad. So that's about it for my thoughts on this. And I just want to say a big thank you to Ben for having me here on his channel for this video. And with that, I'll send it back over to you.
Thanks for your perspective, Matt. It's pretty interesting stuff. Let us know in the comments section below what you think of this sort of format. Thanks to TDM Style for jumping on this video with me, and if you want to check out his channel next, you can do so in the link in the description. He's got loads of great reviews, so I definitely recommend checking that out. If you enjoyed the video, press like, and I will see you on the next one, lads.